each station for day porters and for night. Social distancing guidelines at work. It's the next thing over in English and in Spanish. And then here, this is the breakdown of the scope for the daily services, and then from the contract, the specific day porter assignments. And then here's for the night staff. This is the same. So this is posted for everybody and is explained to them when they... These are the safety sheets for Swift Plaza in Concord, California. We have safe lifting done January 20th, 2020. Slip and fall prevention, it was a double up. So you can see the staff here, 2020 Swift Plaza. This is another neighboring one that is managed by the same supervisor. We have February, which is also Swift Plaza, IIPP training. This is OCC is the neighboring one, and then we have some more staff here. We have March, bloodborne pathogen training for Swift Plaza. As you can see, there's some day porters there, and then this is the training sheet, which it covers. The bloodborne pathogen training also covers SHARPS training. Coronavirus, this was a special one done in March. If you note the date of March 12th, I think that would be kind of self-evident. This showed our early determination to train our staff and get ahead of it as much as possible. We have April, face mask training, which is obviously timely and important. And then we have some people who are moving around, and then you can notice some of the staff, buildings have less staff for obvious reasons, I believe. And then also in April, HASCOM, this is the standard one that they were doing. April. May, heat illness prevention. Things start to warm up here. We're in Concord, California in the East Bay, and it gets very hot. I'm here on October 1st, and it is close to 100 degrees outside now. So it is definitely a thoughtful training. May, this is the heat illness prevention, factors leading to heat illness, and then in Spanish as well, because the staff here is primarily Spanish speaking. Our project manager here is bilingual. Preparing place for workplace for re-entry, which is another COVID-related thing, as we expected people to move back, but it's still a very vacant building here. Also in June, reporting workplace injuries, which also includes near-miss training. July, additional rules during workplace reentry, so that was a follow-up with more guidelines from the CDC. And workplace harassment, we're obligated to do harassment training in California. It's an important thing, obviously. In September, as you notice, that the lists are getting smaller, unfortunately. Emergency procedures, and there we have it. This is the janitorial break room storage area, which is also shared with engineers and security. As I pan around, see some lockers, hand sanitizer, storage areas. On top of those lockers there are the SDS books. You can see the SDS binder along with, as I continue to pan, postings, first aid kit, and then break room amenities. So this is tagged off, as it does not have proper plugs. This one is good, in good operating order. Color-coded microfiber system to avoid contamination between kitchens, desks, bathrooms, etc. English and in Spanish. Emergency information. And then here are labor postings with the Metro logo in English as well as Spanish. It's the Sharps container at Swift Plaza in Concord. Okay, this is Jake Stamp, and we are at Swift Plaza in Concord. I'm here with the day porter,
Jeffrey Dominguez.
Jeffrey. And Jeffrey, have you received specific training about the different tasks and equipment that you're supposed to use?
Yeah, so such as, recently there's been a lot of fires out there, and so we're supposed to, take it slow when we're outside because a lot of the smoke in the air, and recently it's been high temperature, so we're supposed to, try not to expose ourselves in the sun too much.
Okay.
So we're supposed to stay in the shade. We have the SDS booklet that explains to us the chemicals and what procedures to take in case the chemical splashes onto our wounds or our eyes and our mouths. We were trained in how to use like step ladders and different kinds of tools and equipment.
Great, great. So you mentioned the SDS books. You know where those are?
Yeah.
Okay. And so and you use those in case of what happens?
Any exposure to the chemical, or
okay.
It explains to us what the chemical does and what it could do,
okay,
and how to use it.
And then you do trainings on your chemicals. Have you had training of the equipment, like the vacuums or the floor machines or something?
Yeah.
Okay. And you speak English very well, but I know not everybody does in the building here, are the trainings in Spanish as well as English when you've done that?
Yeah, so she will ask us what we'll feel like we will understand more. Maybe there's probably 4 who are fluent in English. As for the rest, it'll
be in Spanish.
Yeah,
primarily in Spanish, but
yeah,
with some in English. Okay. Well, thank you, Jeffrey. I really appreciate your time, and thanks for helping me out.
Okay, no problem.
Right. I'm here at Swift Plaza with the building supervisor, Candy Mello. Candy, you have a copy of the specific janitorial tasks and for each class of person, day porter or night janitor?
Yes.
Okay. Can you show me?
So
you have a binder here?
I have it on a binder, and
okay.
They're categorized by day porters. Each have their own station.
Okay.
I mean their duties, and then the night staff have the specs for the janitorial.
And that's site specific for this building?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. And then if you're short of staff, somebody called out sick, for example, do you know what to do in that situation?
Yes, I have a group of people that I have on call that I normally call in. Being that the site is a bank, they need to have a special training to work at this site. So I do have my people that I call.
Okay. In the case of an emergency, like an earthquake or a fire or something, can you tell me about the evacuation plan?
Yes, if it's a fire, we're to use the stairwells, and we all meet at the Heritage Park, which is right outside the building. And if it's an earthquake, you're supposed to duck underneath the table, something, until the shaking stops.
Okay. And then if somebody comes to you and says they found a needle, a Sharps, do you have a specific plan or way to dispose of those safely?
Yes, we have a Sharps container in my office.
Okay. And then can you talk a little bit about the safety trainings we do here and how often you conduct them?
We do it on a monthly basis, monthly training. We'll do, right now with COVID, we do small groups. I'm doing small groups of people. It depends on the monthly subject that we have for that month, and we'll go over, I'll read over whatever the safety is, and then if they have questions, we'll demonstrate any if it's lift or whatever it is, the janitors have questions, and then we'll go over it and talk about it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Candy. I really appreciate it, and thank you for the tour.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.